You have just finished the course. Congratulations! If you've made it until that point, it means that you also have made huge progress. You can now apply your knowledge to any project of your own or start any other project from scratch. And before we wrap things up, just a quick recap on how to build an application with both Raspberry Pi and Arduino. This step-by-step process is kind of a best practice you can follow, which will help you progress faster when doing a project. So, once you have a project ID, start by finding what functionalities do you need to implement in order to achieve the project. Then, from those functionalities, choose which ones are going to be on the Arduino side and which ones are going to be on the Raspberry Pi side. For some functionalities, like taking a photo with the Pi camera, well, this is kind of obvious. But for other functionalities, it's going to be quite challenging to know on which side you should implement them. To correctly choose, remember that the application logic is on the Raspberry Pi and the execution of hardware command is on the Arduino. And well, if you realize that you need to change one functionality later on when doing the project, no problem, okay, you can still modify it. After that the functionalities are clear to you and you know on which side they are going to be implemented, then it's time to define a communication protocol. Basically, what commands and messages you're going to send and receive on both sides. It's important to do this now so you know what to do when you are going to write the code. And finally, we arrive at the coding part. At this point, you have a good idea of what you need to do. I recommend you start with the Arduino code. Implement the Arduino functionalities and with serial, send some messages and process the commands that you receive. If you've correctly done the previous steps, this should not be hard to do. When writing the Arduino code, you can debug using the serial monitor. Once this part of the application is working, then write the code on the Raspberry Pi. You will implement the functionalities that are specific to the Raspberry Pi and also the application logic. I suggest you iterate on the code one step at a time with a clear intermediate goal where you can see a real result. After you've done and tested one step, write the next one until you finish the application. And well, if you follow this work structure, you should be able to create any project you want in no time.